Hey guys, welcome back to Wayno Reacts. Today we're going to be talking about a possible return for Paul Walker's character in the Fast and Furious franchise, and exactly why and how Jane Foster gets her powers in Thor: Love and Thunder. Let's do this. Hey guys, I'm Wayno, and yes, Paul Walker's character Brian could be making a return to the Fast and Furious franchise. During a recent Instagram post, Vin Diesel went into detail saying this. When the Fast 10 script came in, it excluded Mia Toretto. Now, Diesel goes on to say that his daughter actually told the director of Fast 10 very plainly and honestly, no Mia, no Fast 10. Which is actually why Mia was written back into the script. Now, Diesel goes on to explain that when Paul Walker's daughter asked him to walk her down the aisle, he tears up and does it with pride and honor. He then explains that when Paul Walker's mother asks him to bring Brian back to the big screen, well, I don't have to tell you how serious I take that. So I'm sure we all remember the send-off Paul Walker's character was given at the end of Fast and Furious 7. And in my mind, it was the perfect ending to that character's story arc, and it gave fans closure and the saga closure on the character after Paul Walker's untimely death. Which is why I have mixed feelings about bringing the character back again. It just seems a little tacky to use Paul Walker's likeness this long after he's been gone and after that emotional send-off at the end of Fast and Furious 7. Now mind you have to take into account how close Paul Walker and Vin Diesel were when Paul Walker was alive and how big of a part Vin Diesel still plays in Paul Walker's family. Now the Fast saga is obviously Vin Diesel's baby. It's been his career for so long now, and I don't think for a second this is a cash grab by Vin Diesel. I think he wants closure on the saga, and the only way he can kind of see to do it is to include Brian back in for the finale. Now, Vin Diesel did say in an interview that Fast 10 will be broken up into two parts, and that the second part of Fast 10 would conclude this saga of the Fast and Furious franchise.
I gotta admit, I'm a little apprehensive to say it because I told my daughter that 10 part 1 and 10 part 2 would be the last one, and she started crying. So now I'm nervous about saying it. But to be fair, every story deserves its ending. It won't be the end of the Fast universe, but in terms of this mythology and this saga, Fast 10 will be the finale. The studio is wanting it to be 2 parts, and they will get that.
I suppose I would feel okay about it if Paul Walker's mother really genuinely did want to see her son back on the big screen, then I understand that. And especially if the family he left behind are receiving a royalty for his appearance, then I'm sure Paul Walker would want Vin Diesel to use his likeness in this film. Now, I do wonder how potentially large of a role Walker's character might have in the finale of the franchise. Will he only be in the second half, or will he be in both Part 1 and Part 2? Now, Paul Walker's untimely death took place before Fast 7 had finished filming, so we kind of already know what to expect. Walker's brothers, actually, Cody and Caleb Walker, were stand-ins for the character, and that in combination with CGI and some voiceover work, they were able to bring the character back to life, at least to give him the send-off that they did at the end of that film. So what do you guys think? Do you think it's tacky to bring Walker's character back? Do you think it's a cash grab on Diesel's part? Or do you think he genuinely wants to close out the franchise in a way that includes all the characters that started it, somewhat as a tribute to Paul Walker? Let me know what your thoughts are down below. Also, let me know how big of a role you think Walker's character should have in the first and second part of the Fast 10 franchise. So moving on, right on the heel of Thor: Love and Thunder dropping its first teaser trailer, finally, we have news now from a product description on a website selling a replica of Jane Foster's Thor helmet that describes exactly how and why Jane Foster gets her powers in the upcoming film. Now, the product description reads like this. Suffering from cancer, astrophysicist and Thor's ex-girlfriend, Jane Foster, visited New Asgard, and her life was changed forever. Mysteriously, the broken pieces of Mjolnir, the hammer of the thunder god, transformed her into the Mighty Thor, and gifted her the superpowers of Thor to battle threats internal and external. Wielding Mjolnir herself, she had become a godly protector, and a new hero was born. With the help of Thor, Valkyrie, and the Guardians of the Galaxy, the mighty Thor was faced by the powerful Gore the God Butcher. With divine powers himself, Gore was driven to rid the universe of gods wherever he found them. Battling cancer in her human form and Gore in her godly form, Jane Foster was embroiled in an epic struggle with plenty of love and thunder. So there you have it, guys. Just like I mentioned in my reaction video to the trailer, which I'll post as soon as this video is over if you want to check that out, I go into depth explaining the storyline that this film could possibly follow, and it actually matches up to the storyline in the comics that I talked about in that video. Now, in the comics, Jane Foster actually has terminal cancer, and she's chosen as Thor's successor after Thor is deemed unworthy to wield the hammer. Now, we know in this film, Thor's trying to find himself, but there's no indication of him being unworthy. We also know that the hammer used in Endgame was taken back to its rightful place in time by Captain America. Now, why the hammer comes back together for Foster and not for Thor is still unknown, but we do know in the comics that when Jane uses the power of Thor, it actually eliminates all the progress that her chemotherapy has had on her body and actually exaggerates the effects of the cancer and speeds up her death. So we'll have to see if that plays a part in this film. But let me know what you think about all this news in the comments down below. Are you okay with Paul Walker's character returning to the Fast and Furious franchise? And what do you think about Jane having cancer in Thor: Love and Thunder? And if she does, how closely to the comic storyline do you hope the film follows? Like this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe for more videos, and as always, I'll catch you back here for more Reaction Action.
This is your car.
My car? It's official. You're all free. Home is sweet home.
What's happening, dude? Thanks for the invite.
Wanna go for a drive?
No matter where you are, whether it's a quarter mile away or halfway across the world.
We all change, we all grow, a new lane.
The most important thing in life will always be the people in this room, right here, right now. Salute me, familia.
Started out small to a real bond, cause we're brothers first, cause we're been through a lot, but it ain't over, we gon' keep it.
You'll always be with me,
Change the game without even knowing.
and you'll always be my brother.
How can we not talk about family when family's all that we got? Everything I would do, you were standing there by my side, and now you gon' be there for the last ride. How can we not talk about family when family's all that we got? Everything I would do, you were standing there by my side, and now you gon' be with me for the last ride, and now you gon' be there for the last ride. Let me tell you, yeah, we came a long way. I'll see you again.